Jiggy baby, no matter frequency.
Yeah.
Hey Mzansi, and welcome to Mzansi Scenes. So, there was a time in South African media when people with albinism were scarce. It was not a norm to have a strong and frequent representation of such people in the media space. However, in recent times, there has been quite a fair representation of this beautiful and unique breed of human beings, whereby we have witnessed them securing well-deserved seats at prestigious tables. Albinism is a disorder that results in a lack of pigmentation of the hair, skin and eyes. One person in 17,000 has some form of albinism. The disorder is not contagious, meaning it cannot be transferred from one individual to another. In this video, we have a look at 4 Mzansi celebrities living with albinism. At number 1, we have MODISELLE. REFILWE is one of the most popular personalities in South Africa living with albinism. She is Bontle and Kenneth MODISELLE's older sister and is an inspiration for anyone living with albinism, as she never gave up on her dreams regardless of the difficulties she might have gone through. Bontle is very protective of her sister, especially when it comes to the negative perception some people may have about albinism. She has mentioned that his sister's drive and determination has taught the entire MODISELLE household to be a family of courage. REFILWE first started out as a model at the age of 13. In an interview, she revealed that she had to make a number of changes throughout her journey. She said, "At 13, I didn't realize that I would be a model, or let alone it be the start to what I had set out for my future and my destiny. At 13, I was just a child playing in front of the camera." REFILWE revealed that she has been mocked for her skin color, but through it all, she sees albinism as a blessing. A few years back, REFILWE tweeted, "Being born with albinism is such a blessing. I wouldn't change how God placed me onto this earth. The joy of just being unique, yes." She also knows how to clap back at trolls who come at her sideways for a skin condition. The media personality, who has been in the industry for almost 2 decades now, has had enough of people who disrespect her and people alike for their skin color. Recently, a tweet announced that she was looking for models living with albinism. The tweet read, "Do you guys know of any albino models in SA?" REFILWE had enough of people who constantly get it wrong when it comes to referring to people living with albinism, and responded to the tweet saying, "Please don't refer to us as albino. It's very derogatory. Come correct please, it's persons with albinism. Correct referral is models with albinism. Thanks for coming to my #TED Talk." Besides modeling and acting, REFILWE dedicates her time to help people with albinism, especially children. The actress is doing her best to help children who are suffering with poor eyesight due to the disorder. She called upon low vision specialists and optometrists to partner up with her to provide spectacles where possible to kids with albinism from disadvantaged situations who can't afford to purchase them themselves. At MITCHELLE, we have MOSOLAKAE. Michelle made her first TV appearance when she joined the cast of XABA as a traditional healer named Zakiti. She is a Rhodes University graduate, and back in university, she directed a play called Reza Devet. Since her debut in the entertainment industry, her fans have grown drastically and more people are starting to appreciate her beauty and talent as well. She slays in any hairstyle, any color, any texture, and her eyes are just a reflection of her soul. The rising star has proven that albinism should not prevent anyone from reaching their dreams, and she has used it to her advantage in a breakout role on XABA and by becoming Revlon's first ambassador with albinism. Speaking in an interview, the actress spoke about growing up with the skin condition and following her dreams in the entertainment industry. Her success is all thanks to the love and support she received as a child. Michelle said, "Growing up, I always knew I had albinism, but I was never shameful about it. I was never discriminated against in my community. I understand the complexity and stereotypes that come with albinism that are embedded in our society. The discrimination is based on the belief that certain body parts of people with albinism can bestow magical powers and bring about prosperity to the user. Such misconceptions are based on irrational beliefs in some parts of Africa, including South Africa. As an only child, Michelle was raised in a home where she was taught that she wasn't any different to other children, so her condition didn't stop her from reaching her dreams. She said, "I have wonderful parents. My mother told me I'm not different or less than anyone. She taught me self-love and planted that seed that stayed with me. As a person living with albinism, you need to find self-love first, irrespective of what other people think. It's a lesson that was reinforced at school. I was surrounded by intelligent people who understood the condition. Even St. Mary's School for Girls in Pretoria was incredibly embracing. That gave me self-confidence. I was told to love myself and they treated me like that as well. At MIT3, we have Thando Hopa. Vogue Portugal's April edition was a moment that caused everyone to hold their breath collectively. For the first time ever, a woman living with albinism was featured on the cover of the magazine. Thando Hopa, a South African lawyer, model, actress, and activist, was the woman behind this historic event. It was not just a personal win for Hopa, but a victory for a community that continues to be underrepresented, stigmatized, and even harmed for a condition outside of their control, particularly in Africa. At just 31 years old, Thando is a force to be reckoned with across different spaces. Through her work as an activist, she has and continues to dismiss stereotypes and misconceptions about people living with albinism and how those people are represented by the media. In 2018, Hopa was named one of the world's 100 most influential women by the BBC. Thando said that she could not have imagined that woman featured in the cover to be her. She said, "We are the ones we have been waiting for. I'm emotional because I see progress and get to form part of a progressive story and narrative. I got to a place in my career where I appreciate every specimen of my body and knowing that wherever I go, my existence, the way it is, has always and will always be enough." During an interview with Top Women, Thando described having to deal with the issue. She said it was the contradictory beliefs that people with albinism bring either good or bad luck, having people hug and hold me for good luck, or conversely spit into the necklines of their tops to ward off bad luck, or make a big show of not wanting to touch me for fear of becoming like me, or having children who are like me. I felt like a walking commodity, struggling to find words to explain how ordinary I am. At M4, we have SANELE XABA. SANELE is South Africa's first international male model with albinism. He broke into the modeling industry when he was just 16 years old and has never looked back. He says his work as a model, actor, and activist is changing the narrative of how people with albinism are perceived in society and the media. SANELE was scouted by an agent when he was a teenager, at a time when he was battling with being teased and coming to terms with his identity. The highly sought-after model says his mother raised him to believe that albinism is just another shade of black. In an interview, SANELE said, "I was scouted while I was in high school. I was still 16 years old. I didn't believe I could do it. I had braces and acne. My first job was the Durban July. I was very hesitant in the beginning. In matric, I had to choose between swimming and modeling, and I decided to continue with modeling. I realized that there was much more than I needed to do in the industry. I wanted to use my voice and change the narrative on how people with albinism are being perceived in society and the media. No, I'm not albino. I'm a black man. I have albinism. This is a skin condition. It's not a race." SANELE adds that he has made it a point not to label himself as an albino model. He wants to be seen as a model of a different shade, not just a model with no pigmentation. He doesn't want to be perceived as suffering from a condition or a tragedy, or for people to have a pity party for him. He wants to pave the way, not just for albino models, but for models that are different. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and hit the notification bell.